I cannot believe I'm saying anything good about Reddit. I admit it. When Google started showing more Reddit, I was really appalled. There's an aspect of the internet that trains us as humans and conditions us to work for it, not the other way around. Welcome back to the Google Ads Strategy Hub podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Stemen. If you are a business owner trying to make your paid ads work harder, you know the words to use, you know ad copy, you know it can make or break your campaign. You need ad copy that connects, copy that solves a problem, copy that actually sounds like a real human, especially now that we're bombarded with constant AI crap and junk. So where do you find the language that your customers actually use? This might surprise you. Today, we're going to talk about a platform that many top pay-per-click agencies, PPC agencies are now using as a very, very strong weapon for training their ad copywriters. We're talking about Reddit. Yes, the holes of the internet, the deep, dark subreddits. So stick around. I'm going to break down why this is happening and how you can use this to level up your own ad campaigns. So what is Reddit? Why should you even care? All right, let's start with the basics. And what we're going to be talking about is a Redditor. What is Reddit? Imagine a massive online forum made up of tens of thousands of smaller niche communities. These communities are called subreddits. There's even a PPC subreddit. And there is a subreddit for literally everything, from skincare addiction to personal finance to super specific ones like lawn care for people that are obsessed with your grass. I cannot even imagine my dad, who loves his lawn, spending time on Reddit, but here we are. This is where we are in life. And the subreddit is a space where people can ask questions and share an interest and share experiences and just talk. And if you know anything about the internet, people are totally unfiltered in this place because, like what you say online, you're not saying face to face. And Reddit, it's not like Instagram where everything is like polished and perfect and you're putting out what you want the world to see you as. Reddit is a place where people get real and unfiltered and say what they wouldn't want to say and have associated with their face, because a lot of these usernames are super, super obscure. And when people are being true and real, guess what? It's a goldmine for us as marketers. So you might remember back again when Google mentioned that Reddit content would start ranking more prominently in the search results. I want to think that that's because Google recognizes the value of these authentic user-generated conversations. And, I want to think it's something that we can't ignore, but I actually am not sure there. I don't know if it's because people spend more time on Reddit and Google has stake in it. There could be a lot of reasons for it. But the fact of the matter is your customers are on Reddit. They're talking about their problems. And the fact that Google started indexing it more, I feel like the Reddits have grown more and more in popularity, even though a lot of us were very repulsed at the time that Google started indexing Reddit a lot more. So here's the thing. With Reddit, with more people using it, with it being indexed more, you now have a front row seat to listen in and to listen and see what your customers are talking about. We also have another thing that's going on right now, and that is the crisis of consumer trust. Let's connect this to the bigger trend. Consumer trust is at an all-time low. People are so sick and tired of corporate marketing speak. They can spot a sales pitch a mile away. They're skeptical of ads, influencer posts, polished testimonials. AI is adding to this noise. It's repulsing people. I mean, if you spend any amount of time on TikTok or any forum, you could hear young people say that they don't even trust companies that run ads because they feel like if they have to run ads, they're not successful enough. They deal better with word of marketing. But the fact of the matter, it all comes back to this bigger trend, and that is that humans trust other people, real people with real problems, more than they trust ads. And where are these real conversations happening? You guessed it, Reddit. Even myself, I have gone there trying to read about something I have a question about, seeing what people think. So when someone is trying to decide which accounting software to use for their small business, for example, I purposely chose something super duper boring. They might go to like Reddit, small business, subreddit, and say, hey, I'm struggling to manage my invoices. Well, has anyone used FreshBooks versus QuickBooks? What was your actual experience? And the responses are super, super raw and unfiltered and honest. People will talk about the clunky features they hate, the customer service nightmares, and then unexpected things that they like. But it's really the voice of your customer. And it's the exact language they learn to describe their pain and the solutions that they're looking for. And so ad copywriters need to really, really tap into this and write ads that don't sound like ads, but that speak to the problems and the words that their customers are using. So like, let's kind of take this, like pretend like you're an ad copywriter, you're using Reddit to do ad copy research. So how do you do this without getting lost in like a rabbit hole? I think here's some practical steps, and here are the ones that I see agencies taking to teach their teams. First, you need to find the right subreddits. So think about your customer. If you sell project management software for startups, you want to look for startups, want to look for entrepreneurs, or even maybe something like a project management subreddit. You also want to read the comments, not just that original post. The original post is usually the one that asks the question, or maybe it's someone venting. But the real magic is in the comment threads, because the people commenting probably don't have an ulterior motive unless they're trying to like sell the person on something. You occasionally do find that. But when they do that, you'll see people commenting too and like calling them out for that type of thing. But it's really where the debate and the frustrations are, and really where you can start to find entire phrases and sentences that you can lift off of there and adapt for your ad copy. So for example, you might be thinking of your software as efficient project management, right? Like faster, efficient, speed, and stuff like that. But when you see people in Reddit, they're complaining. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of all my tasks falling through the cracks. My team can't do anything, the constant Slack messages, we can't keep up. So your new headline could be, is your team letting tasks fall through the cracks? Is your team constantly on Slack but not getting anything done? You see the difference? It speaks to the direct pain that they're feeling versus the actual efficient time management software. It's a little bit more human. So the last thing you want to do, I guess it's a third, is look for patterns. Be aware of anecdotal conclusions. So one person's bad experience doesn't mean that the product is bad. But if you see like 10 or 20 people in the thread all complaining about the same thing, like I did an earlier one on Google Reps, constantly people are on Reddit complaining about that, which prompted a lot of that video, as well as it coming up in my consulting calls over and over again. But when you start to see a trend, that's when you found sort of that gold mine. So don't look at just one anecdotal, look in the comments, and then go in with the angle that you've now found. So what you need to think about then is, how can you position your product as the solution for this widely held frustration? And lastly, a word of caution. Reddit is home to a lot of junk. I lately have found a lot more AI-generated posts, low quality content. I think the internet right now is full of it. It's all over LinkedIn. It's all over everywhere. So you have to learn how to sift through the noise. If you see a lot of in-dashes, if it's very sort of bland and self-promotional, you know that it's just noise. So you need to look through the threads with high engagement, lots of comments, lots of upvotes, and focus on the detailed personal stories. Your brain is going to learn how to spot what's genuine and what not. And this is where you're going to find that authentic language that will really, really make your ads resonate. So let's put it all together and put it into action. Let's say you own a company that sells ergonomic office chairs. I think this is a perfect one because my husband loves his freaking chair. Your old copy might say, improve your posture with our ergonomic chair. Okay, that's great. Everybody wants better posture, but that's super duper generic. So after spending 30 minutes on like a work from home Reddit, you're going to see people say like, my back is killing me, like my eyes are tired, or I just want a chair but doesn't look like a spaceship. I actually think this is freaking hilarious. I did actually find this on Reddit because my husband looks at gamer chairs and thinks they're the best thing ever. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so ugly. I can't imagine a chair coming up to here on me. I would rather have something that looks like one of those aesthetic, non-rolling, beautiful, vintage, retro, cute office chairs. And so again, you have to think about that. I just want a chair that doesn't look like a spaceship, but supports my lower back. And then present your chair. You also can have new angles, right, on your ad copy. So back killing you after a day of Zoom calls, finally an office chair that gives you the support you need without ruining your home aesthetic. Man, I feel like that ad was written for someone like me who cares about aesthetics. This copy is empathetic, specific. It's the language that your audience is using. Even my 10-year-old uses the word aesthetic now. It shows that you understand the problem on a much, much deeper level, on a human level. And this is why top agencies working with huge, huge clients are investing time in Reddit. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but here we are. It's cost effective. It doesn't require a large research study, and it's real grassroots customer research to find the right words that connect to drive clicks, conversions, and profitability to your ads campaigns. So to wrap it up, if you're looking a way to make your copy sound more powerful, more authentic, it's time to start lurking on Reddit. It's one of the few places online where you can hear what your customers are really thinking. You can listen to their problems, borrow their actual language, write ads that speak directly to your customers' needs. You do not need a huge budget. Most small businesses don't have that. You just need a little bit of time, a willingness to listen, and there you go. That is all I have today for the Google Ad Strategy Hub podcast. I'm Sarah Stemen. If you found this episode helpful, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next one. And if you need more talks like this, some one-on-one coaching, be sure to book a call with me. And now get out there and write some killer ads. Have a great day.